Battlevortex.
Yeah, and we are live. This isn't Battlevortex, but we're going to do this anyway. I'm Darth Lycan, and with me tonight we've got Rebel Strider. From Dogs, we've got Lucifer. We've got Rebel Data. And also from Dogs, we've got Chomper. Tonight we're going to be bringing you the news from Vega. Obviously, Fear isn't around tonight, so we are just going to wing it and do whatever the hell we feel like.
We do when Fear's here anyway.
I'm being nice to him, okay? Okay, obviously, we had an update yesterday. That was for the surveillance network. Basically, battle replays. You have the ability to view your last 5 battles. You can view fleet versus fleet, base attacks, incoming attacks while offline, and recent attacks prior to the release of the feature. While viewing the battles, you have the option to pause. That's all you can do right now, just pause and play. To view your last 5 replays, you just go to the battle logs and click the View Surveillance button, and it will only store the 5 most recent. After a 6th battle, the oldest one will be removed. And the Vega complex has had its art updated. Yay, more art shit.
I do have to give it to Kixeye though. They're getting better with their updates and their technology because I'm not really experiencing any lag or any glitches or any of the usual crap that you get with any other games.
Yeah, I've managed to have a quick look at this surveillance. I've not had any hits at my base since the update. So I've viewed a couple from before the update. And what I like about it, unlike the Battle Pirates where it's just a representation of the hit, ours is the actual hit. It is video of the actual hit as it went down. So it's not, unlike Battle Pirates where it's an assimilation of the battle.
Can add a whole new element to Butthurt.
There you go. Yeah, I was able to check it out too, and I only played War Commander until I played Vega, and I never experienced any recordable battles or anything of that nature, or being able to see anyone else's battles like you can in this game too. But that was my first chance, using it since I don't play Battle Pirates, and it was pretty cool. I like it. I'd like to see it even enhanced more, and just let's get live battles into this game too.
Well, they're already live.
No, well, base hits, I mean.
Oh, you mean having someone online defending their base?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree with that totally.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're able to put a guard fleet there, you should be able to at least be in your base to be able to see it going down. But I guess then again, it's not like it's not like the other games where you can actually have units within your base. So.
I'm sure we'll have that before long, though.
Yeah, that is on that is one of my wish lists.
I always think it's funny when people.
I would love to be able to put an inside guard fleet.
I always think it's funny when people go,
like,
man, why'd you hit me offline? I'm like, oh, you forgot to leave the light on.
Dude, sorry, didn't know you didn't leave a notice for me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't bother leaving guard fleets outside. The last thing you want to do is come back to a flattened base and
dead fleets.
And 6 dead fleets. It's just not logic to me.
No, if they're going to get in your base, they're going to get in your base.
Yep.
And especially when you get high level, who wants to, considering just my Nighthawk fleet takes 6 hours to repair, and I've got 4 of them. That's a whole day's worth of repairs just in Hawks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I think that'd be a really cool feature.
I want base messaging like there is in BP, where you can actually send someone a message at their base. That's how Butthurt and BP got started. We didn't even start that page until we got base messaging. Those messages we used to get from people after smashing them in BP were so hilarious that we had to make a page for it. So that's how Butthurt evolved. Is people posting the base messages that we got. I had one guy tell me that I smashed his base while he was planning his mother's funeral. I was like, what the fuck are you doing on a game if your mom? He goes, what kind of asshole would hit somebody while they're planning their mother's funeral? I'm like, okay, my clairvoyance isn't working today, so I didn't know. But what the hell are you doing on a game if you're planning your mom's funeral? So I went and smashed him again when they had a memorial for him.
Oh, you evil, evil bastard.
Yeah, I'm an evil man. I've even got that one on video. It's pretty funny.
So, what have the dogs been up to lately?
What?
What have the dogs been up to lately?
Oh, just making people cry. Our specialty.
Bashing the void.
Yep.
We're the tear bringers.
Yeah. I've had a few experiences of them this week.
I think it's funny how when we go into a sector, people get all upset, and by the end of the sector, they're like, hey, thanks a lot, come back and see us again.
You talking about Wendy liking?
Yes, I was. But we'll get to the end.
I'm sure she's going to get the butthurt of the week, huh?
Yeah.
Oh. Stack on.
Well, what was it I was reading in comms? Because we've all just jumped to a new sector, haven't we? And some guys run away already.
Yeah.
Well,
King Slayer.
Level
Again?
38.
Yeah, King Slayer, level 38.
well, he did come and pay us a visit in 500 for a short while. When we went to 500, he followed Lucifer, and I think he lasted 3 days before he bought a relocate.
Yeah, after his base got flattened.
Fucking pussy.
Yep. At least the guys in 2200 aren't going to be like that. You know, they may whine a little bit for the first day, but then they'll get used to it. And I prepped them before and told them, look, the more you cry, the harder we're going to beat you. So you might as well just smile and say thank you and click repair.
I'm hoping these guys have some sort of resources this time around. Jesus Christ.
I just put 2 cargo 5s.
300.
Now I've got a fleet that's got 2, 4, 6. I've got 9 cargo 5s on this particular fleet that I use to snipe bases. I can pull 30 million out of a base without taking a shot. Without taking a shot. Yeah, 500% is 29.6 million.
You got enough there, boy? How many bases does that take to fill up? 6, 7?
Now, sometimes I can pull it out of just hitting a couple of salvages, or not a salvage, but just hitting a couple of storages, and then when I back out after the prep, I notice, shit, I'm full. So I go home, unload, come back.
I do the exact same.
Yeah, only difference is, Chompers, my base doesn't get smashed in between going home and coming back.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
Data, what have you been doing in Vega? Apart from just sitting there?
I've just been laughing at guys coming into my base, just hitting my base and losing everything and not getting anything out of it. I've just been upgrading, doing all the stuff that I got to do, slowly getting there. You know, not really much, hitting cargoes. Not really much into hitting bases just yet because I'm still unlocking the stuff that I want to hit bases with. So and I think I have the right ships as of right now. But getting the res is just it's a lot, man.
Well, you've got 3 base hit pros here. Ask questions.
Yeah, I know, but you guys are. Oh yeah, no, I'm fine with that. It's just I don't have the weaponry, or I'm just not flying right. I don't know. Probably the not flying right.
Well, here's the perfect time to ask.
Yeah, you know, I don't know. I just don't think I'm using the controls right. I'm just not used to the controls, I guess. Still a noob. I'll say it. I don't care.
What fleets are you actually using when you do go out and attempt a base? What fleets are you using?
I'll use Talons.
Yeah. Have you got a fleet of broadswords? Have you got broadswords yet?
No, I had them. I got rid of them. I think I have. What's the other one? What's it? The cruisers.
You need
Gen cruisers, I think.
No, you
he's
need
talking about
longbows. Yeah, you need longbows or broadswords. Broadswords are best.
And you
need to be researching mass drivers.
I think I have that at level 4 for.
I think you're thinking of the Gauss guns.
No, mass drivers are the ones you want.
Because I don't think he's got level 4 mass drivers.
No, he doesn't have level 4 mass drivers.
Level 2 mass drivers.
MT2.
Cargo 4 or 5.
Uh-huh.
And you can't put shields on, but decent armor. Whatever armor you put on.
Either strafe
3 or 4. 4's better.
Okay.
or 5.
Well, when you're talking destroyers, at least when you exclude the Triton, you can only put 1 special on.
You can only put 1 special on any of them.
Yeah,
I haven't got the Triton yet.
Yeah, I mean, the way to do it is to have 3 of them with your strafe on and a cargo, and 3 with the special on for the mass drivers.
Oh, I had exo cruisers. I'm sorry, not gen cruisers. I was using exos. Yeah.
Yep.
Exos are good.
Yeah, I was using exos. I was using 4 exos and just a Harrier in there. I would just send the Harrier off for some bait, and then I'd get those guys into range. And I need to put better strafe or engines on those because I can't get their fat asses out of the way in enough time.
Well, exos aren't really designed. None of the cruisers, Revs, Exos, or Revelations, or the Genesis cruisers, those aren't designed to strafe. So they're really full-on charge ships. So it's better to put rears on those than it is to put. You want to put any strafe. Really should only go on your destroyers and your frigates. And even still on the Hawks, I use the only Hawks I use strafe on are my plasma Hawks. I use rears on my beams and my mass drivers and my torps and mass driver Hawks.
Okay. Yeah, I mean I have the longbow, Rancor, Talon frigate, and the Exo cruiser unlocked. I don't have the broadswords yet. So I was just using Talons really.
When you get longbows.
Yeah, go on, Darren.
Even when you get longbows, if you just put mass driver 1s on them, they're great prep fleet as long as there's no torps in the base because they don't strafe very well, but they've got such good range on them. They outrange any base weapon except for Polaron. No, they do outrange Polarons except for mass drivers and Gauss. They outrange everything else, so it's really easy to go in and snipe turrets with it.
So what gun was that again?
The longbow.
Longbow with mass drivers on, and strafe. So you need.
Yeah, I don't have mass drivers or Polaron beams. I have plasma torpedoes for ships unlocked. So
those don't outrange anything.
Railguns.
You need to be getting mass drivers ASAP. As Darren said,
that's the essence of a prep fleet.
Well, well, I still have to upgrade my bridge and then all the other labs accordingly. When I get to that level, I can't even unlock the Polaron beam yet. I need an Arms Lab 7. I think mine's.
I would bypass the Polaron,
Yeah, Polarons are crap.
Okay.
Bypass
Rubbish.
them and go straight to the mass drivers.
Yeah,
DPS
Polarons
is
are
low,
crap
but the
until
range
you
is
get
real
level
high.
5.
Okay.
Well, no. The thing with the Polaron beam is that although its DPS is low, that's damage per second. Now, what happens is that you enter in the range of the Polaron beam.
Mhm.
It then charges for 5 seconds and shoots at you. So that's where it gets a high DPS if it eventually hits you. But
Are we-
you have
first of
to
all, let me-
stay within that range for the whole
Let me ask you
5
this.
seconds.
I
So
don't-
it's a 5-second recharge at level 1. The Polaron beam is a 55
recharge. Not recharge. Charge.
Are we
That's
sure-
per charge.
Think about this though for a second, guys. Are we sure that it's damage per second or is it damage per shot?
Per second.
Per second. DPS is always damage per second.
It's per second.
Are you
If a
sure?
po-
Because think about
yes.
it. For example, my Hawk Blitz feat does 100 DPS, so that means it would do 6,000 damage points per ship per minute. So in a 5-minute battle, we're talking 30,000 DPS a minute. I mean, the bases don't even have that much, so the numbers don't really match up.
I think it depends where they hit. If you look at, it's easiest to see with mass drivers and everything, where the actual rounds hit on the structure. I think there's like you get a critical hit if you hit the center of it.
I don't know. That's a good
I'm not
point,
sure
though,
on
with
that.
the DPS.
But for definite, if a Polaron does eventually hit you, it does kind of tear the shit out of you.
Mhm.
But you do have to stay within the range for the whole 5 seconds before it fires. Otherwise, it loses lock and it decharges.
Well, the Polarons for base defense until they're level 5s, like there's a guy in 2200, as a matter of fact, on our planet. His name is, can't think of what his name is, but he's a level 29. He had all Polaron level 1s or 2s in his base, and then a mass driver on his bridge. And I took his entire base with one MD Hawk. Killed his bridge, took out all his turrets, and smashed his whole base with one MD Hawk. So they just don't do anything as far as damage is concerned to ships until they're higher level.
Yeah,
Now, does the same go for the base gun Polaron beam?
Yeah.
Yeah. They are absolutely useless unless you've got them at level 4 or 5.
Okay.
And
even at 4, they're
the only reason that they're any good at that level is most people are shielding for the other 2 types of weapon, and therefore they will deplete the shield quicker than anything else.
Hey,
So if you've got a couple in your base, level 4 or 5s,
mix the guns up a little bit so you play to all the person can't cover it all with shields. And getting back to the update that they had on that, this is a great example for that, because I watched the last battle of the guy that hit me, and it seemed like my plasma chargers in the heavy plasma chargers in my base were flying right through his longbows. They would just fly right through him. So I don't know if that was a shield or literally they were flying right through his ships.
You don't get a shield on longbows.
Well, I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was the video that was a glitch or something, but it looked like they weren't even hitting them.
Yeah.
Sounds like glitch.
Don't forget, the mass drivers and the Polarons, they've actually got to hit the ship. They can't if they fall slightly away from the ship and explode slightly away from the ship, they cause no damage. It's got to be a direct hit.
Yeah, the Polaron's a really fast-moving beam, though, so it's a lot harder to dodge than a Gauss or a mass driver. A mass driver's slow. I mean, it's like do waiting for it to get to you. You can slide out of the way.
It's like 1,200. Yeah, it's really slow. It's 1,250 meters per second, whereas at the Polaron's like 3,000.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
You have to really judge the Polaron and move right as it fires, or else you're going to get hit.
But being able to review your battles too also lets you set. If you're repeatedly getting attacked by the same enemy, you can prepare better. You can see what he's got shielded. What's not doing any damage to his ships, and maybe you have to make like you said, make a couple switches to some base guns. You can't always roll with the same setup and same guns all the time. You have to eventually adapt and overcome.
Yeah, this surveillance is gonna alter the game. like you just said, you're going to be able to, if you're getting repeatedly hit by the same person, you're going to be able
Same
to
style attacker, yeah.
Yeah, you're going to be able to make adjustments to stop him. So he's either got to continually make adjustments to his attack fleets, which most people don't. I'm not like Lucifer here. I haven't got fleets and fleets and fleets of attack ships. I've got a couple of each sort, and that's it. So once they're dead, I'm out, unless I go to the wife's purse and borrow her credit card.
Yeah, I've got pretty much a fleet to match any base, so I'll scout it first, and then whatever I need to hit it with is what I'll hit it with.
Cool. Yeah, that's what I've been doing.
Okay, straight up.
Yeah, go ahead.
Tips?
Any new tips? Right, I'm sorry
tips.
for the panel here tonight, but I thought tonight I would go right back to basics and go right back to day one players, maybe even 5-hour players. When you first start the game, you get a fleet of ships. In that fleet, there is one Harrier frigate and several of the corvettes. My suggestion, if you take all the corvettes out of your fleet and just leave the one Harrier, that will kill up to level 1s to 5s on its own. All it is a matter of learning how to fly. With a Harrier, the best way to fly is turn to 45 degrees. Turn to 45 degrees and strafe backwards away from where the attacking ships are coming from. Just keeping them on the edge of your firing arc. That way they'll hardly touch you. You'll be able to kill up to level 5s. Get as much res as you can just with that one ship. That one ship will carry everything that you get out of a level 5. So just use that one ship. Don't go with all the fleet that they put in, all the ships that they put in that one fleet. Take everything out apart from your Harriers. The next thing, don't build any corvettes. Corvettes are useless above level 1s to 5s.
God,
so your first ships you need to be building are Harriers. You need to build 2, maybe 3 fleets of them. I suggest railgun. I think you can fit 2 railgun 3s, or a railgun 4 and a railgun 2. Back in the day when I was running Harriers, I found that railgun 4 and a railgun 2 had 1 DPS less than 2 railgun 3s. So as a noob, all you need to do is build Harriers, at least 3 fleets. Once you've got 3 fleets, couple of railgun fleets, and also research scatums as high as you can. Get a fleet of scatter missile Harriers as well, and them 3 fleets should see you through the first 16 levels. With those 3 fleets, you should be able to hit majority of in-planet cargoes. So that's it. That's the main topic for today's noob tips, and they are noob tips for the guy that has only just started.
And yeah, those railguns, they helped a lot. They got me through some sticky situations.
Yeah, they pack a punch, and with on Harriers, since Harriers strafe so well, you can dodge just about anything except for lasers.
Yeah.
But that's where the longbows come in handy, because if you put railguns on the longbows, it'll outrange the lasers, so you can actually go into a base that's got all lasers, which most level 1 through 18 bases have are just lasers, and you can wipe the whole base out.
Yep.
Without even a prep. You just line them all up and just move forward.
So we're talking about new guys?
Oh yeah, that is for the first day players.
Yeah, Strider, that's Wolf, that's Alpha that's on.
Good evening, Alpha.
What's going on, Strider?
Turn on your camera.
I thought you got sucked down a plug hole.
My camera is broadcasting everywhere else. Why is it not broadcasting here?
If you look at the top of the screen, there's a thing with a camera icon.
Cog.
Is that red?
No.
It's in the cog icon. It's in the cog menu.
It says the camera's on.
All I see is your avatar.
Go into the cog menu.
Next thing, go into the adjust bandwidth usage at the top. It's maybe all the way down to the left. It needs to be all the way over to the right.
We'll set it
Where's
on
that?
auto.
Screenshots.
You see, you've got 5 icons in the top right.
Yeah.
Mute microphone, turn camera off,
Adjust bandwidth.
bandwidth, set it to auto.
Set it to auto.
Yes.
There is no auto option.
Then slide it all the way to the right.
Slide it all the way to the right.
Alright, it's all the way to the right.
Right. Next thing, go into the cog or the settings. The next one over.
Yeah.
Make sure it's got your camera as
Camera,
the input
sounds.
device.
If
You might just need to reselect it and then save the setting.
yeah. Or restore it back to default, perhaps.
As we take a brief interlude, you can see Data smoking a laser pen.
Lost them now.
The wonders of technology.
He'll come back. Okay, well, let's carry on. He'll come back to us.
Okay, one question real quick. How do I get it to auto switch back and forth between who's talking or not?
Did you
Click on
click
your
on
screen twice.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
There we go.
Camera.
Oh.
Hold on a sec.
Like,
Kick off my screen twice.
Yeah, click on your screen twice.
On the bottom or the center?
On the bottom. Click.
Okay, if I do that, all it does is put me in the screen.
Yeah, but
That's because you're talking.
if you click it twice, as
Click
people
yourself
talk-
once, your screen will always be on there. Double or give it one more click after that, and then
There we
whoever's
go.
talking will go up on the main screen.
Okay, yeah, that worked.
So other than that, last update, guys, there's really nothing else has been introduced or anything like that.
No, that's it. Just that and the graphics. The art department have been earning their keep again.
And that's just that's within the base. What would you say that was? The ARMS lab?
the processing complex for the Vegas?
Oh, has anybody got a picture of that or not?
No.
No, I'm
I
not.
can grab one real quick if you want me to.
I didn't even realize.
Yeah, I mean, if you can grab one, you have one.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
grab
that's
one.
screen
Hold
share.
on.
Well, as you're doing that, what do you guys all want to see in the game? What's your wish lists?
I think I already
I want to
said
see
mine.
some base messaging. That way, if you go into another sector and hit someone's base, you can leave them a message, or they can leave you a message.
Yeah, at the moment, that I would say that's the main thing for me as well. Base messaging. We don't need any more content. Let's get used to the relocate, the new surveillance mode. Let's get used to that for a couple of weeks. But base messaging.
Make a musical. TV.
What about alliances?
There, fixed it.
Nice.
That's better, Alpha.
So, Alpha, what's your wish list for the game? What do you most want to see?
Oh, right now I'd like to see better antimatter drops. Considering everything costs 10 million apiece.
What's up? You got no decent farm?
No, we moved again. So speaking of which, I should probably move while I'm sitting here before you guys farm everybody dry. It's hard to have a decent farm playing with all these guys.
It is, yeah. 35 of us flying around. The farms soon get emptied.
Well, especially when you jump 12 hours later than everybody.
Try it, eh?
What?
Well, what's your wish list, Chomper?
What's
your
list? Alliances. I wouldn't mind alliances.
an alliance feature
Yeah, definitely.
per se? Yeah.
I think we're needing one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you got you guys trolling sectors, smashing them up. I hope get some competition and put the alliance feature into it. See if somebody will stand up to you guys.
Be good to get some combined bonus or some sort of thing
That'd be
for
cool.
basically working as a group.
Data? Anything from you for a wish list?
No, just online battles.
Cheaper upgrades, maybe.
Better base.
Yeah, cheap. A slight reduction in some of the res requirements for some of the upgrades. They are ridiculous. I mean, just like Alpha, right? Just like he said, everything's 10 million. Everything costs a ridiculous amount of res. Especially when you get to the mid levels like where I'm at, you can't get them. It takes you forever to acquire all this stuff.
I think we did cover this a few weeks ago on Battlevortex that we need another tier of Vegas, maybe a 45, 47, and a 50. I mean, the most you can get at the moment is a 40 at 2 million. If you're relying on Vegas, you can get 2 million, 2.2 million. It takes a hell of a lot, and don't forget that's split between all 5 resources.
4.
So it takes a hell of a lot of 40s to gain 10 million of everything.
It would have been.
Yeah, go ahead, Alpha.
It would have been nice to see him open up that alien artifact that sits in the middle of all the antimatter. What's it gonna drop?
Well, from the looks of it, it's the reason that the antimatter's there. Because all the antimatter nodes are concentrated around this alien artifact of whatever the fuck it's supposed to be.
What, this giant space turd?
Yeah. There we go. It's got a whole new name now.
That's what it is. It's the
Giant space turd.
They could have turned that into a level 50.
What? So they spawn directly out of the alien artifact?
Yeah. Dropping baby space turds.
There you go, right out of the space sphincter. 50 antimatter. 50 antimatter. But yeah, I'm waiting for those things to start doing some stuff, man. All these cool looking base setups and all these things, whatever the hell these things are, sitting on the map, like you said, the antimatter, and then the what's the other processing center that's right there?
The Vega complex.
Yeah, the Vega complexes. When are they going to start to come into play? That'd be pretty cool. Get some storyline to the game a little bit, break up the monotony.
Or the ability to hit that complex.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, isn't there a feature of Battle Pirates in some of the events where you can more than one person can hit a base at the same time?
Yeah, that's the Drac outposts.
Well, there you go. I mean, make that right on those lines. Drac outpost. I keep seeing Darren trying to talk. I don't know. Darren, I think your mic's muted still.
Ever since Battle Pirates started, they said that we were going to be able to hit Drac bases, and I played for 2 years without being able to hit a single Drac base. And now you can hit Drac bases, but they're ridiculously freaking hard. So.
Oh yeah.
Coming soon.
Oh yeah, coming soon. That was always the joke in Battle Pirates.
Oh,
coming soon. You get it when you get Drac bases.
Yeah.
Coming soon for 2.5 years.
Yeah, now you can hit them though, but it takes you 15 fleets, and Kixeye did that on purpose because they know you'll coin them. Because if they only stay damaged for a certain amount of time, you've got like a small window of time that you have to kill them in. But you go into like a level 81 Drac base, and it's got like 30 interdictors and 25 strike cruiser X's and everything else floating in there trying to kill you.
Well, let's hope they don't go over the top with Vega.
Yeah.
If and when we're ever able to hit them.
That's cool, but liking. That's cool, but you just sneak in at the end and smash it and get a blueprint.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
I mean, I know it's never going to happen, just like the dry dock's never going to happen in VP, but I'd like to see a repair queue so you could actually put your ships in repair and walk away. And then it would end up repairing your fleet, but that's never going to happen. So I guess that's why Kixeye calls it a wish list. It's like a wish sandwich. You take 2 pieces of bread, and put them together, and wish you had some meat.
Might as well just call them unicorns.
Yeah.
Fabled creature you're never gonna see.
Okay, well, we talked about sphincters and big space turds.
Hey, how do I share the picture that I just took of the Vega complex?
On the side, go to screen share.
No, hangout toolbox on the left-hand side of the
No, just screen share.
Screen share.
Oh, there you go.
Left-hand side, second one down.
It says share what's on my screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that only gives me the option of sharing you guys or the screen that I'm on right this second.
Yeah, well, if you then go to...
Us guys.
Is your actual image open in a separate window?
Yeah, it is now.
Right.
All right. Well, then you should go to screen share, and that should give that an option. You should be able to open that picture.
Don't minimize the browser.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, there it is.
All right.
There you go.
Can you see it?
Yeah, they did change it up a little bit. It's almost like they gave it a stem, almost and a second tier, and they gave it a roof
it
almost.
Looks like a starbase out of Star Trek.
Mm-hmm.
Those, yeah.
I sense an attack on you, you vile-looking thing.
Looks like Deep Space Nine with the roof.
Similar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think that could be a prelude to it in that, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
I can see that. I could just see that spitting out little fleets of ships left and right. All kinds of shit going on. That'd be pretty awesome.
I can see that being a prelude to being able to hit that.
Have you guys seen the bases in Galactic and Pin or whatever it is? The other game that's like Vega?
Nope.
Those bases are cool as shit looking.
Probably about all they got going for them.
That's a Kabam game. We don't like Kabam.
I tried it for 10 minutes. It sucked.
So do most of Kabam games. But on the theme of sphincters and butt hurts, here is my butt hurt of the week from Sector 4300, which we've just left. As you can see, Wendy is
nothing at the moment. We've got nothing. Black screen at the moment, Michael.
Yeah.
There you go. You got it?
Nope.
Nope.
It's come up on mine.
We're shit out of luck.
We no got it.
Let me fall for crying out loud.
Technology, Michael, technology.
Is it working this time?
Nope.
Oh,
Nope.
There we go. There we go.
Hey, there we go.
Holy.
Holy mother of God.
Aye,
Yep.
long one.
Wow,
Oh,
this
this
is
is a lot because it went on for about 10-15 minutes. Basically, the prelude to this is I hit Wendy M and managed to over-prep her. I then went to work, and as I came on that evening, she called me out in chat, calling me a loser and posting my coordinates. She's bitching that I hit Insector, and I'm like, oh my god, I hit Insector. Oh my god, I don't give a fuck. Johnson decided to chime in with, oh no, kill Lycan. And Wendy has decided that rather than accepting the fact that I actually failed, she's going to call me little Enos boy. And says, watch and learn, you stupid jerk. Now, just a moment before I'd hit Matrix and leveled his base, so he came in and had a little go at me. Didn't really do much. And then she came in with plasma battery broadswords. Yeah, plasma battery broadswords.
Really?
Now, she took a destroyer, a ship that gives you 150% range modification, and she put one of the lowest range weapons on it and thought that it would take down my base.
Oh, I've seen people put beams on broadswords, dude.
Funny.
That's the same thing as in BP too. I mean, each class of ship has a specific thing that it's designed to do. And it's like people putting the most ridiculous weapons on ships and battle pirates too. I mean, you know, the strike cruisers and DNXs are designed for mortars. But then you got people that are putting, you know, all the other crap on there.
The most funny part of this is that she started trying to trash talk me. Started saying that she was going to send in revs against me. Now, she was a level 31. If she's using plasma battery broadswords, I doubt she's even got revs.
And if she does, they probably have railguns or polarons on them.
Pulse lasers. Pulse laser 1. Pulse laser 1.
Actually, the pulse lasers, man, those little pulse laser Corvettes or whatever that whatever kind of Vegas have, those things are pretty vicious, actually.
Reading through this, Lycan, you brought out the best in her.
Oh yeah, I did. Because while I was sitting there busy hitting the print screen button like a complete nutter to try and get all of this, some guy called George F. decided to suicide 5 fleets against my base. I had 7 attacks, one after the other. I did not catch a bubble. He suicided every single fleet. I originally over-prepped George as well. So I caught lag and I over-prepped him and I thought, nah, fuck it, next victim. They didn't seem to take too kindly to me failing. So they decided to come and fail back at me.
It's not the failure, it's the insector.
Oh my god, Insector! Oh my god, I don't give a fuck.
No insectoring. Didn't you see it at the start of the game? Oh
No.
wait, it said now go smash your neighbor.
Well, yeah.
It's like I tell anybody that starts crying that we're hitting Insector, I say, go take a look at attackable targets. If you can find me one that's out of sector, I'll go out of sector and hit.
And don't get me wrong, I don't have a problem with people, they don't want to hit bases, they just want to hit Vega cargoes. I mean, I played that way because I was too scared of hitting bases.
Philip
It
Mills.
was only when I actually
Oh, that was so funny.
I'll admit it. I used to be a farmer, but if someone hit my base, I wouldn't sit and cry about it. I'd accept it and see what I could improve. If you want to play and you want to farm, if you want to play and you want to farm, good on you. But don't bitch if I don't want to play that way. Don't bitch if I want to hit your base because it's shit. Because you had a lot of
And you
res.
collected
And
all
you're full
evidence
of
for
res.
me.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, I mean the only way to get a better base is to go hit bases and see what you can destroy. And once you start destroying bases,
And provoking the return attack.
it makes you think about base design. Therefore, by rights, your base should get better. The more bases you hit, the more. I mean, you know what you don't want in a base as a base hitter.
I don't seem to get hit that much, and I didn't in Battle Pirates either. Maybe my name just scares people. I should name myself like Pink Puffball or something like that and see if people will start hitting me.
That's like my base, Darren. I mean, in the last sector we was in 4300. I think I got hit twice in the week, and they were by two randoms that I'd hit for res, and they just suicided a fleet at me. My base is. There must be something wrong with my base, because even the asteroids won't come close.
Kind of makes you wonder, you know. We went out on a rampage in 43, and the only person that hit my base was one of our own guys. It's pretty sad when you can go trash a whole sector and nobody will come at you.
True.
It's funny being in DoG, though. I can tell you, even from BP, there's a stigma that goes along with being in DoG, and anytime anybody hears that, people throw that word around, hey, we're going to call DoG in, and I'm like, oh, really? Well, I'm right here. You know, go ahead and give me a call. I'll be right there. And then they start shaking.
Yeah. Oh wait, I'm already in your base. Never mind.
The way to do it is become proper mercenaries and say, yeah, we'll come to your sector, but it'll cost
I think we
30,000 antimatter to each person, to each member.
30
I think
million.
Sounds good.
Is that it? 30 grand? Jeez.
You're cheap.
Mulligan!
You're lowball.
Do a hit for me?
You're lowballing us, Strider. What the hell?
No, it's the cost
I
of a rev.
don't want to frighten them all off from calling us in.
No, screw that. It's the cost of a rev. Each.
Yeah, we take payments in Facebook gift cards. You want somebody smashed, it depends on what level they are as to how much it's going to cost you.
Alright guys, if that's everything.
Well, we could sell weekly protection plans too. I used to do that in Battle Pirates. I used to do that shit in Battle Pirates. I would type out in comms, attention sector 250, may I have your attention please? DoG will be performing a public service announcement. There are insectors everywhere, so we will be passing out free bubbles to protect you from these vicious attackers. I mean, I would come up with this huge thing that was in there. Say, please pull in all miners as soon as possible, or they will be towed at the owner's expense. It was hysterical.
Alright guys, if there's nothing else.
No, I think we've covered a good deal today.
Okay then, well thanks guys for coming out. And, well, we finished before the usual show would start, so that should make everybody happy. Everyone that complains that we're all too late. Screw you, we don't care. Battle Vortex will return at the usual time next week. We'll see you all later.